What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks, everybody, for supporting. This video is entitled Are Millennials Soft or Sabotaged? Actually, this started because I was watching some young ladies saying they were quitting the music industry, and I started thinking about it in the sense of, they talk about the kids being soft and the kids are different and the kids have no respect, this, that, and the third. But the no respect is kind of the opposite of they have no respect, but they don't really want no problems. You get what I'm saying? And I thought about it. I was like, are we saying these kids are soft, or are we saying that they sabotage? Going to college, coming back home, living on with their parents, and not being able to go out in society. And I started thinking, some are soft and some are sabotaged. So last night, this weekend, they had an In-N-Out burger open, right? And this line was longer than any Popeyes chicken sandwich line, and it was all day. Like, I'm coming home multiple at different times. Line's still the same. Police out, everything, all day. And I thought about it. A lot of kids in the suburbs are soft because they're comfortable. Because just location alone and the middle class suburban, middle class, upper middle class, or upper class lifestyle softens kids up. And they get soft to the point where they really don't necessarily want to leave home. They got everything they want. Everything they need is in their area. So thinking of leaving home for some is just ridiculous. So they're soft. They don't want to actually try harder because they don't care to build a better life than their parents built for them. And they might not have kids, so no responsibilities also, right? Now, the other thing about it is, I thought about kids who are just in general getting everything. Getting all the toys they want, getting all the electronics they want. And that make millennials soft because you don't get you don't get a no. And it's funny because you got predominantly all this access to the internet between smartphones, tablets, and computers. And a lot of times you can be self-taught. You can teach yourself how to do a lot of different things. And I think are millennials soft because they don't have a instinct to teach them to be self-taught, to teach themselves how to do things, to find a quote-unquote passion that they get up every day and try to get better at, right? I thought about when I go outside, and I talked about this before, you don't see kids playing, period. You don't see kids playing baseball, football, basketball. The only people I see playing on a regular basis is Mexicans playing soccer on the weekends. And maybe that's because and that's at particular places. That's not on a regular basis. But these are a lot of times adults, 18 and up. You get what I'm saying? So that's what they do, just for fun or whatever. But millennials, not so much. I was talking to my son about this, and I was like, yo, you want to play basketball? You don't get any, where the pickup games at? Oh, I play in pickup games like 3-4 times a year. Like 3-4 times a year. No, dog. No. You'll never be good at that. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, people play pickup games every weekend. It's 52 weeks in a year. Because it's basketball. It's indoors. You can play indoors or outdoors. Like, come on now. And I thought about being soft because a lot of times, because of having access to everything, you don't see people, you don't see a lot of millennials actually be able to deal with adversity. When we talk about all of these mental issues now and all of this, all these things, like not just mental issues, but bullying or able to deal with with financial difficulties, and kids snapping and having these disorders, and different personality disorders, and narcissism, and being addicted to the phone, and this, that, and the third. It's like, a lot of this stuff is, in my opinion, disorders that come from not being hands-on about life. But I got to go to the other part. Are millennials being sabotaged? And I thought about it, like, yeah, man, like, yeah, absolutely, because you you're 18, move on, right? But here's the thing: parents just want these kids to go to school, right? And even when I was in college, the price of college is maybe 200, 300 times what it was, per semester for me. I went to HBCUs though, right? A degree is cool, but you got to have a degree that's affordable, right? And parents are not caring about putting these kids in debt. Sabotage. Back in the day, they was like, the TV's raising the kids. Well, the TV's still raising the kids. TV, smartphone, and the tablet raising the kids, right? So these kids are ill prepared because of sabotage. Parents not even tripping. There's more kids who are overweight than when I was a kid, and parents keep feeding them. They're not putting them in as many athletic programs. Oh, I want you to get a concussion, Jimmy. Oh my God, I don't want you to tear ACL. He crossed you over. Oh my God, like, stop, kid. Not allowing your kids to actually cultivate a passion. Sabotage as far as video games, letting kids watch TV, watch movies, play video games all day, every day. I play video games a lot. I watch TV, but the thing about it was that was downtime stuff. That was after I went to school, after I went to practice, after I played with my friends, after, what I'm saying, that type of stuff. It wasn't a all day thing. We had designated time to talk on the phone because, we were doing stuff all the time, right? But sabotaging these kids just to thinking that you could just sit around on the phone and life is just gonna happen. That's not real. Are millennials getting sabotaged? Absolutely. Not preparing these kids for life in the sense of, these kids want cars, but you don't tell them how much their car insurance is gonna be. These kids want to be the kids that want to be out on their own. You're not telling them, apartments, homes, the cost of living, that type of stuff. You're not preparing them for that. You're not telling them about credit, and we're not telling them about credit in the right way. So then they just go out, not necessarily being young and dumb, but being young and ill-equipped and ill-prepared. Because parents are not saying, yo, this is what's going to happen. Because you could tell the difference. Even when I was younger, there were parents who said, look, if you do, these things are going to happen. This is what's out here. You got to protect yourself from these things. And they had the kids, like, I do what I want. And then they'll go back, you were right. But they were different from the kids who just didn't know. The kids are just, well, hey, we just doing. Like, the kids who knew and said, it ain't going to happen to me, it happened to them. And the kids who didn't know was like, why didn't nobody tell me? And I think there's more millennials who didn't get told anything, and they got sabotaged. They were thrown to the wolves for whatever reason, right? And now everybody's supposed to be cool, and I don't think people are cool with that. I think society has shifted in the sense of employment, and parents weren't telling their kids what's about the new coming economy. I don't think a lot of adults were prepared, to be perfectly honest. So, adults are now trying to compete with the kids coming up, and I think sabotaging millennials because of, I just got this information and I'm still trying to get ahead. So they young, forget about them. Older people did that before too. So I think that still continues. So somebody wants to make a certain amount of money, and so they don't let this kid know, or this young man or woman know, it's this, that, and the third. Like, Some of y'all are sabotaging these kids by telling them to go to college, get a degree, blah, 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 blah. But y'all not telling them to get a degree in something that can pay them money. Y'all telling them to get a degree, and then you financially strapping them with 5 and 6 figures in debt. And you're not telling them, but you never told them you was going to strap them like that. You just told them to get go to school, get a degree, blah, blah, blah. So now they're out in the real world and they're stuck. And it's one of those, well, I never had the opportunity, so you do it. And a lot of times, there are millennials whose parents didn't do certain things, so they pushed it on their children, and now their children are behind the 8 ball, or they threw them under the bus. And so the parent can vicariously be proud, which it was ridiculous. So that's what I think. Catch you on the next one. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.